Device.
Why is this? My thing keeps changing my defaults. Twitch. No, the Twitch being completely black is not intentional. I don't know how to fix that. Give me a minute. Let me go on an adventure to try to fix that. Oh my god, what the hell? No, I have... What the actual shit, Twitch? I need to mute Twitch so that it shuts up. Creator dashboard. Settings. Stream. Copy. Let's see if I have to, like, change my stream thing. Oh. It's not gonna let me. Oh no. Give me a minute. I'm doing my best. And it hates me. Don't tell me I have to do that every single time I want this to work. Well, if anything, I'll just stream on YouTube instead of Twitch, because it hates me and it is refusing to work. You know how I don't know how to fix that. Because on my YouTube end, everything's fine. It's just Twitch is freaking out. Okay, so it's... After looking it up, it is a problem between my device and the Twitch servers. So give me a second, let me... How do I fix this? I'm not gonna restart my router. No, don't laugh at me. My thing does. It worked the other day. This... why? I'm not gonna renew my IP address. I guess Twitch is just shit out of luck today. It's just out of luck entirely, baby. I gotta figure out how to stop that from playing then. Alright, Twitch, to the Shadow Realm with ye. It's 'cause you are not working. Settings. Maybe it's the Twitch settings that are the problem. It is not me who is the issue, it is Twitch that is the problem. When I checked, like, when I was doing my start, everything was fine. And now it has decided it wants to freak the frick out. Oh my god. Everything is against me. No, it's not a me problem. It worked before. It worked, like, on the 23rd, so, like, not, oh, like, just a week ago. It was completely and utterly fine. And I have not touched it since then. It should not be having any problems. Alright, Twitch, you're just out of luck. Same audio tracks, yes. Broadcast. Oh, good god. No. No, Twitch, please. It has doomed us. Dude. This is doomed. I have been forsaken. Forsaken by the gods, man. Not a good thing. Good things have not happened today for me. I still don't know if the chat will work. If I ignore me if this doesn't work. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Wonderful. Lovely. I don't know how to get chat up on screen. My Twitch isn't working, and apparently wants me to, like, freak out about, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. Here's an unhappy face, because things are, like, falling apart around me. The joy from this expression is no longer joyful. Not good. I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get my background music looping. And then Twitch is like, no, no, no. No work. I know, you're telling me my audio is cutting out. At least my model is still working. But I'm mad. This sucks. Everything about this situation is bad. And I don't know how to fix it. I wanted my spiral eyes. There's no winning. No winning for me. Anyway, I'll just draw and hope everything else works out for me. Audio? Buddy? Well, bam. Did it stop cutting out, or is it just me, like, stopping speaking in the middle of my sentences like a goober? Because, I have no... Also, let me know if the background music is too loud. I can't hear what it sounds like through the OBS. Like, I can't monitor it, so I don't know how loud it is currently. Anyway, I wanted stream with Datapad. I wanted this one, so I can show off what character I was drawing. This person joined me last stream, so I was, and drew me something, so we are vibing, hopefully, as long as things don't keep going wrong. Where in this situation did I press the button that brings the fluff out? Look, like I'm checking over at my OBS and I'm just like, what's going on over there? And it's problems keep arising. Yeah, no, I tried duo streaming last stream and it worked. And now it has decided not to work. Because it hates me. So, just things. Nothing ever goes right during streams for me. I don't know what it is, but it's like... It's the curse, man. I've been struck by the curse. I cursed myself by naming myself Error. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of issues. They have normal ears. Do I know how to draw normal ears? Not super well, not super good, not super really. How's Wick, by the way? How's the little baby man? If you're still here, at least. Tell me how he is. How's the little baby? Little baby boy. Because otherwise I have like nothing to talk about right now. After the chaos that was the beginning there, I've already run out of things. This isn't what this character really looks like, but who knows? This is where I want the hairline to be. Hairline whack, because I usually cover it up with other stuff. God, I want to watch Superman, and I'm pretty sure we're holding it over at the theater, but we're trying to get one of the other people working there more hours, so I'm taking up more shifts, and so I don't know if I'll be able to see Superman, because I'm not working. I'm working more shifts than normal, and one of those shifts is the time that I would have normally been able to watch it. So I'm just sitting here like stewing in my upset, like mad anger, and I'm just like, I wanted to watch it, but I don't want to go in on Monday to watch it because Monday is one of my days off. I sure hope that the Twitch part of the stream isn't still going and on darkness, because everything just completely failed me over there. I'll have to figure out what to do about that. The Twitch darkness. Like, not while streaming. I'll have to figure it out later. That is not how the hair looks, but do I care? Kind of. Yes, extremely. I do care. I care a lot. What do face look like? Face look like? How face work? E. Oh, if you're still here, we've gotta figure out how to make a collab work, so we can play like a game and stream game together. Because I think it would be fun if we played something together. Like Repo or like Lethal Company or something like that. Maybe even Peak if I get it. I always buy like these I always buy games like that and then don't have anybody to play them with. Maybe we can play Helldivers. Helldivers would be fun. These eyes, they are making me mad because they do not look how I want them to look. Look different. Eyeballs. Look different. Because this was too short. And now I hit R instead of what I wanted to hit, which was T for transform. God, faces. No, it doesn't. No, it's incorrect. It's gotta obliterated. Obliterated. Get obliterated. Wrong. 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 Incorrect. It looks wrong. I can't zoom in any more than that, apparently. Okay, we've got bushy bean brows. I don't expect many people to join this stream at the very, very last minute decision for me, but I wanted to be productive instead of drawing too many Cookie Run characters. None of these actual human eyes look correct. How do I draw eyes? I know that's not entirely right either, but I gotta remember, like, to myself, like, I can draw eyes. Oh my god, give me a minute. Twitch... It better not still be running. Because it's not working. Oh, no. There it is. Like, for a split second, I can see it work. And then, like, when it actually loads in, it doesn't work. But I can't... Like, I can't stop it. Because that would stop the YouTube stream too. No. Well, whoever joins on Twitch, I'm very sorry. If you can hear this, it's not coming back. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to make it work. Because it's not... Oh, I hit something with my fingers. With my pen. I think it's just the shape of these eyes, because they're like a unique shape that's tripping me up for some reason. They're like a very this heavy, and that was like tripping me. I wish I could get Twitch working, but it has forsaken me today, and I just refuse to fight with it on the matter. E. Nope, I'm just going to copy paste this eyeball, because it is not worth it. God damn it, I hit the wrong button again. Hit the wrong button once more. Once again. D. Delete. Freak out over placement. Realize that it's not just the eyeballs that are throwing off the face, it's the entire face that's throwing off the face. Everything is in the wrong spot and it's making me mad. It's incorrect, which means it must be forsaken. She looks very cocky, so... face is a lot more brown. It'll come out when I eventually line this, I guess. There's no winning. No winning with my sketches looking like utter garbage. I feel like the nose needs to be just because of like it won't get across. Otherwise it needs to like actually be more rendered out than I would normally make it. Because it's such like a strong feature of this character's face. A strong feature of the character, so like, if the character would feel wrong without it looking this way, I gotta make it so that my artistic integrity, not integrity, or not vision either, style, can't, like, it shouldn't be limited to, or limited enough, like, it shouldn't be limited so that I can't make something like a strong nose work. Which is hard because, like, we draw reference from the way our own bodies look when drawing, so I have a lot of problems with drawing features that I don't have. Like, realistic looking weight. I'd have a hard time drawing things that look any bigger than I am. And when I try, sometimes they look wrong. Except for when I put, like, big effort into it. Or have another frame of reference from, like, a family member. It's difficult sometimes. Merge all into one for me. So I may line. Okay, my sketch brush was that big, which means my line brush should be this big. Bigger. That's not correct. That's what I get for trying to draw at an angle to make it easier. She has a strong jaw, which is another feature that I am having trouble figuring out what to do. But I refuse to give up. Kind of. I like the new Superman, though. Back to Superman. Topic? Keeping on topic? Who's she? Returning to a topic way after the conversation was thought to be over? Is my new friend. I like the new Superman. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been able to see it. I want to see it. But it just hasn't happened yet. This should not be like this. This needs to... be way more... not that way. Because that's where the eyeballs go. I always, like, mess it up. Just like, haha. Always like... And then I put the eyeballs in the wrong spot. They should go there. They should always go there. I just muck it up. This Superman seems very, very good. I will say, from what I've seen from working, better superhero than the Snyderverse Superman, making me actually enjoy the character of Superman, because I didn't quite care for him before. I know, tough thing for me to say. Don't like the character of Superman. Or didn't like the character of Superman. I know, tough pill for the Superman to handle. I just always liked Batman more, and I know they're like besties, but he just didn't have good representation in media I watched. I don't know. No, I don't care. Like, out of DC, my favorite superheroes are Batman at the top. Love Batman. Batman's cool. I like it when people draw him like an amorphous, dark shape. Like it's Batman, everybody is Batman. And then where's my Philp? Batman. You can't say that. Batman. And then as like a middle schooler, I liked The Flash. Because when I was in middle school, that was one of the better superhero TV shows, and then it got outplayed by a bunch of other things, and it got really bad, and I stopped watching it after a while. But I do like The Flash. But you will not top Batman, though. Batman and his gaggle of children. Batman and his gaggle of children. I'll have to like shade this in with like actual colors when I go in and color this. Might give her a fuller lower lip is what I am seeing. Could be misinterpreting, never know. I think I drew a Cookie Run character with stubble the other, like, from last stream. I finally got that finished. And then I looked a little closer, and I think it was just part of his hair. But I swear to God, it looked like stubble. So I drew it that way, and I'm just like, forgive me if I misinterpreted anything, but it looks like this to me. God damn it. This is why I don't render out noses anymore. They all end up looking off. It should have a different shape to it, but who knows whose hairs? She's that now. Have fun with that, me. Alright, send that to the lower level so then I can get going on the eyeball, because my model must look really stupid when I like look down like dead-eyed, like down at my screen. My background music should be like a weird mishmash of styles, because it's from another VTuber, I think, who released this free pack of background noises. Give me a second, I gotta go find their name, lest I be rude. Lest I be rude. I don't want to be rude. I want to, like, credit where credit is due. How do I say this? Exo? Exo. Yes, it seems that they are another VTuber. They seem pretty nice. And they released this free background sound pack, basically. So that's what I'm using today instead of my goat's no copyright sounds. Not that I hate no copyright. I love my no copyright sounds, but I couldn't, like, the way that they have their playlists set up makes it, like, hard to find good background music options, because all of their background music has, like, vocals in it, so it can be really troubling to use it sometimes as background music because of the way they have vocals in their songs. Which isn't a bad thing to have, like, vocals. I do not want to cut the entire layer. No! Take that back. Bring that back! Bring it back! It just... I don't know, it makes it seem less like background music to me. Because, like, what background music has vocals in it? I mean, it can. I'm just saying that it feels less like background music. Come on, eyeballs, work for me. It is good music. Or, like, good. It is good. Tis is good. Me likey. I do hope that this loops, like, the entire playlist, because loops, or else I will have an aneurysm and die. Alright. Oh, it's not like this matters anyway. Those are going to be colored in. What am I doing? What am I doing? Those are also black. Colored in black. I didn't need to do that. But I did anyway. Whenever I draw ears, they're wrong. Wrong placement on head. Wrong way they look. Incorrect. They're wrong. But at this point, I can't fix them. I'm too used to drawing elf ears. But this character doesn't have elf ears. Or I'm not drawing no ears at all. Looks at my Transformers like, oh, thank God they don't have ears. I would lose my mind if they had ears. Well, I think most of that's going to be covered up anyway. I don't know why I did that. Actually, I don't need to draw any of that. They're getting covered up. Let's let us begin. The face. During my work week, which is not even a week, my work weekend, attacks tend to add up sometimes. I mean, there's only 4, but they add up. Especially since I'm not playing on my phone, I'm taking care of business, and catch me playing like Cookie Run Kingdom. I used to be strictly free to play on Cookie Run Kingdom, and then I spent money, and now I just keep spending money on it, so, you know, trapped in that cycle. I don't care though. My cookies get to wear cool outfits. My kingdom looks swag. I love it. I love my Cookie Kingdom. I love my wasting of money. I do got to save up money though. It is a problem. God damn it, that was almost perfect, and then I biffed it. I biffed it, man. It got biffed. It biffed it. Alright, and then this leads into this. I like how the line art is coming out more than I like the way my sketch originally started out, which is good. Means not all hope is lost. Not all hope is gone. Just some of hope is gone. Well, I'm glad I duo stream instead of sticking to just one, or at least I'm trying to duo stream instead of sticking to just one. Because that means when one is having problems, chances are not both of them are having problems. I'll say that, and then like one day both of them are gonna have problems, and it's gonna be like the end of my existence. I'm gonna regret saying that. It's like saying quiet when you work in like any kind of service, whether that be like emergency service, customer service. Saying the word quiet is like setting off a bomb. It's like, no, you said the word quiet, which means for the next however long we're gonna be completely ucked. We're gonna be so ducked, man. And then you are. Somebody said quiet at the job, the theater the other day, and I was like, no, you've cursed us. No. And then it was like 70 some odd people for 2 of us. So, you know, the accursed word. I don't really have much to speak of. Much less something to speak of that keeps my brain moving, so I keep talking instead of sitting here in dead silence. Okay, this looks like this. I don't have many plain looking OCs, which isn't a bad thing. Against plain looking OCs, I just don't have any. I just like making this character's story isn't plain. She's just kinda normal, like mousy brown hair, that sort of thing. Which is not a dig, not a bad thing, not a bad thing. I just don't make those. I like bright color too much. I'm a problem. I like colors. Shapes and colors the like of which you've never seen. And it is indeed shapes and colors in which the like you have seen before. Okay. Time to get rid of all this hard work you put in. On the face. Time to get rid of all of it. Get rid of all this hard work. Hard work. Who? I don't know her. Cause she gone to the depth. Oh, beans. That is a biff from there. So get rid of that. Make this look a little better. Perfect, kind of. Not really. This isn't looking correct. That's not right. It's not. Do it again. Tony Stark was able to build this in a box of in a cave with a box of scraps. And now they want to diss on Tony Stark's memory, and I'm just like, no. That's my rich white guy. I'm joking, I'm joking. He's not even my favorite superhero. I don't think I have a favorite superhero. Spider-Man's up there. So is Batman. Who else can say? Power Rangers are up there too, like them. I have Power Rangers overseas. We talked about that last stream after my tablet decided not to work anymore. After everything fell apart around me. After everything fell apart around me. Okay, so collarbone. I want to get rid of that bit of that. How in the world did the sketch work? And now when I'm lining it, it doesn't. Why does everything happen to me? One thing that's funny about my work is, one day we were talking about FNAF lore, everything worked fine. The next day when I talked about Danny Phantom, the projector had like a massive problem, so I was like, the theater likes it when I talk about child murder, but not child accidental deaths. Cause, person I was working with at the time said, like, it doesn't like it when you talk about child death, and I'm just like, no, it likes it when I talk about child death, just murder, not accidental. And we thought it was just an us problem that happened that day. Turns out, another place was having the same, or at least a similar issue. I'm just, cause they told us. Oh, thank God, you're still here. You're just listening to me yabber? My yap session to myself? Well, at least it wasn't on my end, or if it was on my end, it's now gone. I can't keep having things happen on my streams that are technical and difficult. But yeah, no, what was it? I was talking about, You mean no? Oh, you went to go eat dinner. Never mind. Well, now you're back and you can listen to me yap for, like, however long you're here. Whether that be the 5 seconds that you came in just to tell me it was probably on my end. So, another theater was having the same problems we were having at the same time, and when we called in, they made it seem like it had something to do with our memory on like our systems. But I thought that was a little weird because our systems had been worse than that, like more full with data than that before, and it had never caused any issues of the same kind. So I was like, it's not even showing an alarm. What do you mean it's our fault? And then the next time I went to go like ingest something, I found like hotkey hot fixes downloaded, and then just like so it was not like I think fixing our like data memory probably helped, but I don't think that was the entire issue as to why everything fell apart that day. I think one of the worst movie running experiences in memory, not recent, it came out like last year, was The Flash. And it's because that movie was just cursed. It was bad from the get-go, bad movie. And then also the file on it didn't work. I'm talking about like one of the days we had How to Train Your Dragon. The movie was like not our files that we run, like the pre-show, like all like the fun jokey type of like the old woman that says like, hey, don't use your phone or your pager, because that's how old that video is. Like, those were all playing fine, so we didn't notice anything was going wrong until it hit the trailers, and then it was like buffering. So it would like play for like a second, pause for a second, play for a second, pause for a second, play for a second, pause for a second. We were just like, what is happening? So I'm like panicking. The other dude who's there doesn't know what to do. Because I'm the fully trained employee in the situation, but that's never happened to me before at all. That's new. It's a new thing. And it's never happened since so far. So we have to call Ace, but the company that runs maintenance on the servers and all that, and the equipment. So we call Ace, and Ace doesn't call back for like 45 minutes, and the entire time I have to call manager in, and we have to start like telling people, it's like, we like let Ace know, but Ace has not yet called us back. We may have to cancel the show, and we did end up having to cancel that showing of How to Train Your Dragon. So that happened, and then Ace called back, and they were like, so it could be like 5 different things. We were just like, alright, so you can fix it for the late show, right? They were like, yeah, we can. So, but we'll call you back. So when they call us back, it's like, do you have anything in there that we could delete? And I'm just like, yeah, tons of things that you can delete from there. You could delete Minecraft, get that out of here. So they go and they delete, and it's like, that could be the cause of all the problems. And like, we thought it may have been, even though, I don't know if you heard this part, even though, like, we've had more files on there before and it not cause a problem. It hadn't even popped up with, like, the memory full thing yet on our end, so I was like, I don't know. I think it's not our fault, so But they went in and they deleted a few things. And then later on, when I'm having to ingest the next movie, which I don't remember what was next. What was the last movie? Anyway, the next movie after that, that I go in and I see that it's been like a ton of hotfixes were downloaded. And I'm just like, hey, so something may have actually been wrong and it wasn't our memory files being too big. And then the manager heard from another person who came back for, I think, the 7, because I don't think I stayed. They heard, but she heard, like, after the fact, that another cinema was having the same, like, technical problems as we were at the same time. So I think it was something to do with, like, the server. Just the server went wrong. And then I started talking about how, like, bad movies that we run, and The Flash was bad. It was a bad movie. It was just cursed. It was a cursed movie. It was just a bad movie, and then also the file didn't work correctly on The Flash, so every time we played it, I would have to run up to the projector and switch it over to the correct play file, like, play settings, because it wouldn't, like, correct itself into what it was supposed to be playing as. Like, if it was playing as a flat, it was supposed, like, it would just stay on scope, which has, like, no meaning, but they're, like, two different, like, so flat, like, if this is the screen, some things play in, like, this much of the screen, and others play using the full screen. It's just, like, aspect ratio. So, let's say flat uses this much of the screen, and scope uses the full screen. It would stay, like, if it was a scope movie, it would stay on flat, so it would, like, cut parts off instead of moving itself over to scope so it would play correctly and show on the screen right. So, and then we'd have to, like, go up there and, like, adjust the sound. It was a disaster. I hated that thing. It played after the Little Mermaid live action, which also wasn't really good. That movie was pretty bad too. So, like, but it did worse than the third weekend of the Little Mermaid movie, which also didn't do too well. So it was just a disaster. And I hated having it, because I had to hear Ezra Miller, like, it was bad. And nobody who came out of that movie was like, that was great. Everybody came out like, ugh. Not, what was that? Like, what was that movie? So, I kept hitting the wrong eye toggle buttons. I was not in love with that movie. That movie was bad. So, you know, but yeah, no, forced to listen to, like, Ezra Miller for, like, a full however long we had it. It may have been, like, 2 weekends. Because I think we were forced to have it for 2 weekends. Because that's, like, the base going, like, length, right? Like, you have to have it for a certain amount of time, and then you can extend it if you want. Or you can, like, try to argue your way out of having it. But I don't think we successfully argued our way out of having it for, like, one of the days. Or one of the weekends, so we just had it for the 2, and it was a bad movie. Not good. Hot garbage of a movie. Not even Batman could save it. In fact, dude, it was just a worse version of Flashpoint Paradox. And I've seen Flashpoint done well. Like, I've seen it done well. It was done well in the TV show. I mean, done better in the TV show. And it was done well in the animated movie for it. It did real well in the animated version. And they just took it and they butchered it and they were like, yo, Let's do it, but bad. And then they did it, and then they made it bad. And it was bad. Alright. Skin tone. Skin tone. And then, I don't know, there have been some stinker movies, or movies that, there are, 3 ways that I categorize movies, because I work at a theater. There's movies that are good but I hate, and movies that are bad, and then movies that are bad in 2 ways. So movies that are good are just good movies. Movies that are good but I hate are movies that are good, but it's too crazy at work and they make me want to die because of how busy it will end up getting. And then there's movies that are bad, and they're just bad movies, and I hate having them. And then there's movies that are bad that I hate, and they're movies that are popular, but I don't think they're good. And a lot of people go to see them, and I hate them. I hate them with all my heart. And that's movies like Minecraft. I have a visceral hatred for Minecraft as somebody who had to work during the movie Minecraft. There is no saving it in my heart. It is bad. It's a bad movie. And there is no saving it from my hatred. The anger I feel when I hear that movie's existence or remember it. It's visceral. It's a visceral hatred. Most of it's because I had to clean up after everybody who went to go see it. And nobody was respectful, so I had to deal with what people brought in from the outside. I had to deal with people throwing things. At least in the end, when we finally were able to go in and check after it quieted down a little, I got to almost kick out a few people. Almost. If they had been any older than what they were, I would have kicked them out. But alas, they were 10-year-olds. Nah, I'm joking. They were older than that. But if they had been any older than what they were, that they would have been removed for filming and stuff. Which is I when I was selling tickets for Minecraft, I had to tell people, it's if we catch you throwing things, if we catch you doing all this stuff, if we catch you doing that, if we catch you filming, you will be asked to leave. And these kids, after I caught them, these teenagers, when I caught them filming in there, I was just alright guys, you gotta come with me. And they looked at me and they were like, huh? You never said that. And I was I told you. I was selling you tickets. What do you mean I never told you? I told you. So, just visceral hatred towards people who went to go see that movie and the movie. I'm not gonna get mad at toddlers for going to see it. But, God, if you were a frat age, any older than a child, and you went and you threw things and caused a giant ruckus, if you were sitting there respectful, good on you. If you did anything else, the hatred I feel, that's not what I wanted to do. It is immense. And I do not feel any shame in saying the older people who went to go see the Minecraft movie, I hate them. I feel like I'm warranted as a cinema employee to say anybody who like went to see Minecraft as an older, more developed brain individual and acted like how they acted, they deserve to be hated. There's no winning for them. They just lose. In my mind, there's no redeeming. There is no redemption for you. Only death. That's a joke, that's a joke, that's a joke. Death in Minecraft. In Minecraft, guys. Death at Minecraft, more like. Ugh. Forced laugh, forced laugh. Oh, Team Fossils. I'm Team Crystal. I like my shiny little rocks. I like them a lot. I like my shiny rocks. I'm trying to get through attacks I couldn't get through over the course of my work weekend. Oh, come on, I forgot to fill that in, darn it. One thing I will say about Team Fossils, they have the better of all of the, people made way cooler stuff to decorate your page with for Team Fossils. I'm jealous. Like, Team Crystals was really not popping off with the decoration, like, page decorations this year, and I'm just like, no! I don't want to be on Team Fossils! I want to be in Team Crystals! Aw, man. One thing you could try is, like if you, like it won't let you save your images, or it won't let you upload them to the website. Because if it won't let you upload them to the website, one thing I might try is sending yourself an email containing them, and then, I guess on like a phone if you have one, downloading them onto your phone, and then trying to upload them from the phone. But if it's like your laptop won't let you save the images in general, then I have no help. I don't know how to help you. My words of wisdom only go so far. I mean, I'm not a tech whiz, unfortunately. If I was a tech whiz, I'd be able to figure out what went wrong with my duo streaming today and fix it, but alas, hasn't happened. I am sorry that you haven't been able to like either way, you can't turn your images into HTTP. So you don't need to do that. If you save your images as a PNG and then send it to yourself, it'll download as a PNG. You don't need to change it into an HTTP to upload it to the Artfight website. It just needs to be like a PNG, a JPEG, a .gif if it's a GIF. So, like, I won't export this image as an HTTP because I can't. That's not like a thing I can export it as. I will save it as a PNG, and then I'll be able to upload that to the website. The best way I have found HTTP is I don't remember exactly what it is. Yeah. So you can't export it as an HTTP. HTTP is like a format for websites. It's not like an image hosting thing. Images are all like PNGs or JPEGs. Artfight profile picture. So for Artfight profile pictures, they have to be 200 by 200 pixels. You can draw it any size that's a square. You just have to export it as a 200 by 200 square. So this file is currently, let me see, change canvas size. It's currently at like 2000 by almost 3000 pixels by 2000 or so pixels. But if I wanted to export that as, let's say, 300 by 200 or something like that, I would have to file and then export single layer is how I export things from Clip Studio Paint. You can't see it. I'm sorry, you can't really see it because it won't capture. So you have to export what image you are using. You can like from whichever program you're using, or if it's something that you've already drawn, take the file, like download it onto your computer and then open it in like an easy to use art program and then re-export it as 200 by 200 pixels. And then it'll work. To change it, you have to go to your settings. Let me see. Let me show you. So if you're at this, you go up to, oh, you can't really see, to where your profile picture is. You go to settings on there, not team settings, but settings, and then you here is your change avatar. That's not what I wanted to move. So in here you go to here. Oh no, can I move it back, or are you just freaking out and not letting me move it back? I'm glad I helped. I love helping out. If you have any further questions, let me know. Or if you have, like, if you want, like, any questions for Artfight. I've been doing it for, I think, my 5th year. So I'm not, like, the smartest, but I do kind of know what I'm talking about. But yeah, for submitting attacks, draw your attack. I should change back to this proper screen. And then export it as PSD and then you want to click the attack button on the person's profile. Hello! After you click attack, you can do what you need to do to attack. But yeah, no, HTTP is a website URL, not image URL. Usually, I think. I'm not super smart on that end. But I think that's how that works. Go! Fight other people with your art! Welcome to the stream. The people I just see saying hi in chat. Welcome, welcome. And I did sort of like a that. I'm working on attacks that I couldn't get to over the weekend. So we just chillin'. I can answer any questions about Artfight or about what I'm doing or anything else, I guess. Anthros are fun, but they are challenging. I draw anthros quite a bit. when it comes to doing Artfight. I also have a lot of Anthro characters. They're not super hard once you get the hang of them, but legs can be kind of a problem when you're just starting out. If you want any tips for drawing Anthros, let me know. Let me pull up my Anthro credentials. File, open. I don't have many full. Here's an Anthro I drew for Artfight this year. They're fun. I like drawing them. I think this has been my favorite Anthro that I've drawn this year, and it's not a full body. Thank you so much. I have so many characters on Artfight this year. I couldn't limit myself. I was like, all of them need to be on here. So, a lot of them are on there. I've got a mix of Anthros, robots, human-esque. I don't think I have a normal human on there, but I have human-esque. Human-adjacent. I love my Artfight creatures. I say Artfight creatures as if they're not just my normal OCs and I use them for other purposes other than Artfight. My Artfight creatures. You just mean your creatures? Yes. This should be this color. Good enough. Good enough. And then this needs to be this. This color is this color. I was talking to last stream about it's like somebody was debating joining Artfight, and I was like, yeah, it's just a fun thing. You don't gotta force yourself to do it or really push yourself to have a good score, like, ratio. I'm currently lacking behind, but for a while I had like a good 50%. I don't think I've ever done more attacks than I've received yet. Oh, well, finger drawing on a laptop. Is it like a touchscreen laptop, or are you using like the finger mouse pad? Because either way, impressive. It has been ages since I've done anything like finger drawing related. I used to finger draw a lot more on my old phone when that was all I had. No, Isaac Clarke eating chess pieces. We don't talk about Isaac Clarke eating chess pieces. Actually, no, we'll talk about it. That's one of my masterpieces. I deserve all the praise for Isaac Clarke eating chess pieces, okay? That image is hilarious. Alright, tips for various animal facial expressions. Let me open a new... Alright. So, let me get a sketch going here. So, dinosaur. So it's Pyroland Minions. That is not the correct pen I wanted to be using. It is impressive. Alright. What is your question, Phoenix? Wolf. dinosaur. It's been a while since I've drawn an anthro dinosaur, so... Is it like a front-facing 3/4 quarter? I guess, however you want to do it. I don't know what type of dinosaur it is, but let's go with, like, basic shape. You can fake a lot of dinosaur facial expressions, because we don't know how their skin really moved. For what character are you asking species change? I'll allow it on most of them. I mean, like, I wouldn't allow changing, like, I have a character that's like a bat deer. I wouldn't allow you changing them to, like, a wolf or something, because, like, the bat deer is what they are. But if you're wanting to change, like, one of my robots to show a person, or, like, my mermaid to be a person, she already has a human design. But if you're wanting to change something to be a human... Oh, Eventide. Are you changing her to be, like, a human person? If so, I will allow it. I wouldn't allow changing her to be, like, a wolf, but if you're just changing her to be, like, a person, that's completely fine with me. If it's easier for you to work with, I won't stop ya. So, for dinosaurs, back to the dinosaur topic for facial expressions. We can take a lot of artistic liberties with dinosaurs. We don't know a lot of how their faces moved or how they expressed. Yeah, you're completely fine, Phoenix. So, to, like, show anger or, like, something, or, like, happiness, it's a lot of... I would focus a lot on eyes, like how eye crinkles, or, like, how brow affects what the eye looks like. So, if it's angry, the brow would force the eye at, like, an angle. So we wanna... So if this was, like, an angry eyebrow, we'd force this to be this, and if you wanted to do more snarling, you could force it to act kind of like how a dog muzzle. I completely understand not being able to draw something. I can't draw feral animals, which is weird because I have a dragon that's fully feral, but I can't draw her at any other pose other than, like, I look like this. So I understand not being able to fully draw something. Don't worry. You're completely fine. So if we want more, like, snarling out of this, you would wanna... Wolves have, like, these, like, I have, like, a kind of, not angry snarling, but we can see here that, like, this is the outline that I went with here, because the hair kind of blends in with the back here. So this, like, this is a kind of like how I would draw this. So if we were to take this and then their lips, they don't really curl, but you could, like, open it, show off teeth for, like, angry. That's brow. For, like, happy, it'd be a lot more upward motion. Now, Eventide does not have a partner, but then again, I don't really have a lot of thought out lore for most of my anthropomorphic OCs. If you want to draw her with another character, that's completely fine. Like, all of my anthro OCs, like, they don't really have a universe that they fit into. They're just there because I love them. instead of this curling down for happy, I'd make it like curl up. Dinosaurs are kind of weird. Where's that doodle I did of my dinosaurs? Did I post it somewhere besides Discord? Come here, Discord. Where's the dinosaurs that I posted? Where are they? Where's the dinosaur sketch that I did ages ago? I did not post it here. I posted it elsewhere. Come here, dinosaur sketch. Where did you go? Before Artfight. Before Artfight. For Artfight. Where is it? Copy image. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, sure, go for it. Alright, so for Artfight, let me pull up my datapad only. So for Artfight, let's say, like, my current a profile picture is not a character that I have listed. So for Artfight, you would want to go to the person's account that you are fighting, and you see these tabs. We have statistics and characters, so we would want to go to characters, and this is where you find where all of their characters are listed, and the characters are what you would want to be attacking. So let's say you wanted to fight Eventide. Let's pull up Eventide. So here, or let's pull up somebody that I have not attacked, or somebody that I could attack. So let's look at Stonecrusher. They attacked me. So I would go to their characters, and I would pick from their characters. Let's pick this one. And from this, they have reference images. So they would have, like, this image, and I would draw their character based on the images that they've shown me, and then I would go over to the attack button, and I would press attack, and it would pull up all of this, and it shows the character and the person you're attacking, the size of the character, whether it's a full body or if it's just like a simple shape. If it's a revenge, you click find revengeable attack. You can leave them a personal description that only they can see, or a public description that everybody can see, and then here is where you would put all of that like image data. So in main image, you would just upload the image, and for thumbnail image, you can upload the same image, and then it will give you the option to edit it into a 200 by 200 square. And then in rating is how you get your points to work out. So in rating, let me pull that up closer here. So you could do drawing, a 3D model. I realize you can't see this. So like it would be a drawing, and let's say it's a clean sketch, and I fully colored it. Clean color, it looks nice, it's fully colored, it's proper. And then I fully shaded it, and it has no background. You have to put images for people to be able to, like, for you to finish uploading your characters, I think. I have never not put an image, so I don't think that you can not have images. Paper, I've seen people with paper reference images all the time. Like, if they go, where's a person that I think has characters with paper reference images. So, like, I did this art for my girlfriend, and then this is the other reference images. So, if you take, like, a photo with your phone, or something that can take a photo, I guess, you can upload anything as long as it gives people like an idea of what the character looks like. So yeah, you need an image for it. Unfortunately, I think it's not like Toy House, because in Toy House you can upload a character without any images. I don't think I have any of those right now, but yeah, it does need photos, unfortunately, I think. Alright, back to this. So, like, dinosaurs, you can just finagle. I know, I realize I jump from conversation to conversation. Real wacky, real fast. It's the ADHD. It hits. You can finagle a lot of dinosaur. I would like search up dinosaur like cartoons, take a lot of reference off of that, or even searching like people like dinosaur persona. I realize that could be like risky, but looking at how other people can draw things and then taking reference, or I wouldn't trace for the final product, but tracing to like figure out shapes. Like if you took this and then we're like, I want this. So you take this and then you're like, alright, so this is how the shapes would end up looking, how I like imagined it. Or like people always say tracing is like this big bad thing, and it's big and bad when you're profiting off of it, or you're not being transparent, or like when you're like, I would never submit a traced piece to like Artfight. Like, don't submit anything traced to something that's not just for you on your practice. So if I were to like trace this person's like OC and then submit it back to them, that'd be bad. If you're tracing them to get like the way that like their character has like this proportions and this is the shape and this is how the shape works, go for it. But never like submit anything traced as something that you have like done. It's just bad practice to do that, and people lose faith in you as an artist, which may not be like super bad, but it ruins the trust that you're trying to like build with other artists or people that have like trusted you with drawing their character. It's that sort of thing. But yeah, no, dinosaurs, easy to finagle. Take a look at, I mean, what their character looks like and figure out if you want to like cartoonify it more than already. It just depends fully on what like the commissioner in this case is expecting. Like I've done commissions in the past where it's like, I want this, and this, and I like this pose, or I got commissions in the past where it's like, completely open to what you have in mind. Like, this is, something that I drew as a commission for a friend, and he basically was like, go off the rails, this is what I want her to be wearing, this is what she looks like, I don't have any reference images, I don't have a pose picked out, but she's a fighter, so I went and I looked up like fighting pose reference images, or like just stuff like that. I realize I may not be making a whole lot of sense, but I'm doing my best. Like if I went up to like an artist, I could either go like, hey, I want this, and this in this drawing. I want her to be wearing this outfit in this pose. Or I could go and be like, have fun, here's what the character looks like. Try not to deviate too far from the core elements. Pick a fun, like, pose. Have fun with that. And for people who like, for anybody, artists, people who don't know how to draw, As long as you keep, like, the core spirit, or you try your best, they will see that effort and realize, hey, they put in effort for what they're doing, and I appreciate that, and I love it. It's just things like that. Why does my model keep jittering? I'm jittering, I'm janking around. I'm jittering. Alright, back to fulfilling art fight moments. I think I want that to be a little more like that red. Perfect, perfect. I didn't shade this or anything. That's on me. Oh no. Another thing for the person who was asking about dinos. I'm sorry, your name, I can't scroll back up at the moment. So, if you don't feel super stoked, or like you worry that it may not be the best you've ever done, you could be like, I did do my best. This is the first time I'm attempting this sort of thing. And normally people will completely understand that. If this is like, if I was like approached to do, what's something I've never done? Like a fully, like, warrior cat OC. And they were like, I know you don't normally do warrior, like, you could be this like, alright, so I don't normally do warrior cat OCs, I'm not fully comfortable with feral, I'm going to do my best, but it may not look entirely up to the full standard that you would expect from somebody who normally does this sort of work. You could be fully transparent and normally people will completely understand. Now there are a few crazy people that sometimes are like, what do you mean? That you just like, I'll pay you to draw, that means you have to. Just take your time with it, that sort of thing. If they're your friend, they will be way more understanding than if they were some, like, internet random. So just be chill, take your time with it, be transparent about your abilities and that sort of thing. Adjust in the chair. Oh my god, my bones. They're brittle. I totally get it. Sometimes it can be, like, scary if you feel like you're disappointing somebody, especially if they've, like, paid you or they're a friend. But a lot of times they will be just completely understanding with how things will end up being. Like, I can't draw backgrounds. So, we get a whole lot of white outline. Alright. First one done. Let's export this, let's get this attack going, and then we can get started on the next attack. Save as... no, incorrect. Don't save it as that. Save it as a PNG. See pictures. Artfight 32 is what we're on. Almost all of those have. Oh. That's 2, isn't it? I forget, my eye toggles are on my, they are entirely on my numbers. So typing is bad for me. It's just a head bust. What's the name of this character? I don't have a good funny name joke for this. What's a good funny name joke? Max, they were characters. Let's just this has nothing to do with rabbits, but that's not how you spell words that I'm spelling. White rabbit. There we go. They have a rabbit motif going, so. Drawing, clean sketch, clean colors, minimal shading, no background. Picking my thing, picking my thing. Choosing my files. I don't want to forget that to upload these, so that's why I'm doing them now. Or uploading it now. I will get 20 points for this, for minimal shading, clean, bust, complete. Perfect. And now it is uploaded. Back to the attack board. And then we can get that one onwards to this person's. And what do they have? They have a bird. I'll draw a bird. I want to draw the bird. The bird. Bird time, bird time. It's bird time. My pen. I almost dropped it. It's been a while since I've done... it hasn't been a while since I've done another. It's been a while since I've done a bird. And for anthros, I don't like to start with circles. I like to start with like a weird whatever this shape ends up being. A circle with a V on the bottom, kind of. Makes it... but whatever that shape is. It just helps with like figuring out where like certain features come off of like an anthro's face. Like if this was like this, then that would be like the bottom of like the muzzle. So it just works. It just works. Not to be taught out or anything. Taught. Alright, where does clothing work on bird? How clothing? Bird? Bird clothing. Alright, so for reference photos, back to showing this one. So on your characters tab, you go to edit. Oh darn it. The way I have my thing cropped, it's not good. Let me just... that is incorrect. The wrong thing I'm picking. My cat is not happy with me. She's like, Mama, you fed me, but that means nothing. That is not the correct thing I'm clicking on. That is also not the correct thing I'm clicking on. Where's the thing I'm clicking on? YouTube blog, mic please, alerts, Twitch alert, no. Datapad 2 is what I'm supposed to be using here. Let me move it around so I can properly convey what I am trying to show. Alright. And now we go back to trying to fit this on screen. So, welcome back. We finished with the first, the first attack that we were doing. To upload more photos, there's this edit button in your thing. You want to click on that, and then it's character info, credits, and images. So you want to go to images, and then you can upload main image. So you want to go and you want to upload your main image. If you made a separate image that's you exported at 200 by 200 pixels, you can make a custom image, like thumbnail for that image, and upload it as the thumbnail image, and it'll pop up. So for Nightlight, I have this, and then I have that. I did not want to click on that. I have this second image here, but when I click on that, it doesn't pop up with this, it pops up with this because I added a custom thumbnail to the image. Now you don't have to do that, you can just have it be like this one where the main image and the thumbnail are the same. And it works. It just works. Or let's go to where's one that has yeah. Don't worry, I can answer most questions about Artfight. So like these two images, they do not have custom thumbnails. They're just the character as is. This character and this character also don't have custom thumbnails, but this character does have a custom thumbnail. So we have this image which doesn't, and then this image that does, because like when you like this image does not equal that one, but when you click on it, it equals that. And it's just through the edit button over here. And to change where your characters are in like where they are on your page, if you have as many as I do, you go to manage characters and then you can move them around. And so like if I were to move ACL here, she'd appear second in the lineup, but I want her to show up third in the lineup. And then when you go back to your characters tab, like that's where they will show up. So I have myself as error first in the lineup, and then I have the second in the lineup, and then the third, and then the fourth, and so on. And you can separate them by your favorites at the top, your least favorites near the bottom, or I have them with my favorites at the top, and then they're just clumped together by what type of character they are, or if you have certain storylines that go together, that sort of thing. And I don't know if I answered you, Phoenix, but you didn't miss much. I had just finished with uploading the first attack of the night, and now I'm working on the second one, which is a bird now. If you did miss any of my answers to your questions, the stream will be kept up after it is done. It will not be taken down. So you may have to go a little searching for it, but the answers should still be there in the case that you feel like you missed part of an answer or anything else like that. Birds are so weird from the front. I should have done this at an angle like they did, but bird from the front is always funny. Dinosaurs from the front are funny too, because they are bird adjacent. They have the funny eyes. I'll just copy and paste the eyeball when I'm done. I'm not good at eyeballs. Sometimes I'm better than others, but sometimes it's like, what do you mean I have to draw someone's eyes? Eyes? No. 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 Other times it's like, yay, I love drawing eyes. My music better not have done it again. Oh, it's just this song that... Oh. It's just that specific song that has problems. God, sometimes birds can... This one's... This way. That is how I want it. That away. That'd way. Thank you so much! Welcome in. I'm very happy with how the bird is turning out so far. I know that I'm like kind of rushing through a few of these and not really doing full bodies, but that's just what happens. Yeah, no, I spent most of my day-to-day, like, agonizing over the fact that I needed to do more art fights. I was playing Cookie Run Kingdom for, like, half the day. I will not admit for how long I played the Cookie and the Run and the Kingdom. It was quite a few. And then I was reading fanfiction. I was like, oh yeah, I should draw. And it's like, well, if I should draw, I should stream while I draw. And now we're here. Now we're here. You know, hands can be difficult. Because, like, hands are, like, 5 different, like, they're, like, 5 arms on another, like, thing. Oh my god, don't freeze on me again. I mean, I like blocking out hands, but when I block out hands, they don't look right. And then when I go to, like, line them where they look proper, they end up looking really weird. Because that's not how, like, a hand should look. Yeah, no, I've done 32 and counting. This is my 33rd current Artfight attack, so I'm reaching, like, the end of my artistic abilities for Artfight this year. I'm almost there. I'm still working on it, though. Tips for shading. Let's new. Not new. New. Actually, yes, new. New thing. So, it just depends on what you are shading. Let me pull up a skin tone. So let's pull up this big blob. This will be our skin. And the way that I like to shade... I should... do I have... Give me a second. Let me... see if I can... That is not what I wanted to move. Where is my window capture? Nope. Alright. The window capture does not capture what I wanted it to capture. Maybe on stream this thing it will. Nope. Also not. Back to this. Actually, no, back to this. So, yeah, no, I wanted, it's been a while since I last streamed, and I lost access to the model that I made, the really jank one that everything else that I've ever streamed with. It's my old design. I lost custody of it with, I don't know how it got deleted, but it got... When I changed PCs, it, like, biffed itself into oblivion. So let's say you've got this as your base color. I have a couple dinosaur characters, too. You know, the jank is gone. The loss of the jank. I had commissioned this chibi model. You can catch a little more of me, like, debuting it last stream. I'm not too upset over the loss of my jank model. I'm the one who rigged it and drew all the art for it, so it's not like the best thing in existence. I love my new chibi. I love it a lot. So let's, oh, beans. I want this to be like this. So let's say this is like a skin. So you would want, take the skin. An easy way to do it would be like taking a color and then using multiply. But I don't like using multiply. It can give mixed results. So what I like to do is I like to take like off of the blush normally. Oh yeah, looking up anything on images can lead to bad. Yep. I'm very partial to lemonade and raspberries, so when I did my colors, we will not admit how much I took from like I look like raspberry lemonade, and that's the drink I will assign myself. So shading like a skin off of like this pink, I'd make it go like this is the color that I would end up shading with. Is this I always take the tone and then on the color wheel. So like if this is my color wheel and it's got like the green, the yellow, the orange, the red, the pinky red, the purple, the blue, this color, that color. Like if it went through there, like if it was an orange, I would make it go towards red to use to shade. So let's grab like this orange. Let's make another like thing. So let's say I use this. I would take it to a red, I'd make it a little darker, I'd shade with this depending on vibrancy, and I would take the highlights in a little bit of a yellow. So this is how I would do it. Let's pull up an example. Let me find on like my toy house or something an example, or I guess my Tumblr or something. Let's find a recent example of my art. Alright. Let's find an example of me actually shading. Where's an example of me actually doing an art thing and shading? Ah, beans, where is it? Sometimes people will offer shade, like colors for shading, for you on like their references, and you can use those or you can make your own. Where is Box? Box has good. Where is Box? Box has good shading shown on Box. Well, that's not what I wanted. So let's go to datapad only. So here we have Box. So she is a she's like an orangey red. So for her highlights, I went orange. I wish I could like zoom in. Open image, new tab. So for her, I don't know if you can see this very well, but for her shade, like this, I went more orangey red. And then for her shading, I went a more purpley red. It's just a lot of like what works for you and what works for your art style. But I found that yes, you can attack one person for the twice, like different. I keep clicking the wrong thing. I'm trying to click this for the same drawing. So when you go and you attack, I can't attack one of my own characters. Attacks this person, characters. So let's say I've drawn this character twice in two distinct ways. When I go to attack, there is an option for add character right here, and you want to have the character that you are attacking open in another tab, so you can then copy their ID. I realize you can't see the ID. It's this number with this. You can click this to copy it, and this is how you can attack more than one person and OCs, and this is how you can attack the same person with the same OC twice. And so you take this number and you copy it, and then you put it, when you click add a character, it'll give you a pop-up to enter the ID, so you'd want to like paste it in there, and then you go through the same process of picking a size. And that is how to attack multiple at once. So when I did the mass attack with, I did this, and this has 1, 2, 3, 5 characters. When you go and do this, you have to copy all of their numbers into your thing and paste it in and pick how to receive your points and all that. All of these OCs are really cute. As for, like, so if I wanted to, like, do a blue, and I wanted to keep it blue for the most part, still do a purpley, but do, like, a lighter blue. I wanted to do, like, a green. That's a harsh green. I would do, not that color blue, but, like a that. It's still, like, a greeny blue. Like a greeny blue, and then I'd go like a lime, you know. It just works out for me. That's like how I have found that coloring works real well. Sometimes if the skin tone is too pale, I just use white to like light. For, like, let me pull up, like, we just got done with this, and they provided like a shade that they use for shading, which is this, and so I used that, and then I used the white for highlights because I thought it looked nice. And they had color picking options for lights and darks, so I used theirs instead of making it more vibrant. And then let me open one that I got to pick the options for. Where is a good representation? So I did this. And so this was the highlight that I picked. And then this was the shadow I picked. And it's not the most vibrant. I think the best interpretation of, like, if this yellow is the base, and, like, this orange is the shadow, it's the best representation. Since these are middle, I didn't use a middle ground. I just went straight to white for the highlights. So it's but you always want to, like if, like this, I wouldn't use a highly saturated on, like, the same saturation. I'd make it a deeper saturation. And then I'd change it to look and then I'd change the saturation for the highlight to be brighter as well, more white on, like, the color. I have mine set to, like, so it's a color wheel with a box, and like, it goes pure white, pure black, highly saturated, and you go more gray this way, you go more white that way. You go from highly set, like it's just the way that all works out. This is the correct size brush, yes. I'm not the highest most authority on how drawing works. Sorry, had to get a sip of water. I hadn't taken a sip in a while. But that's just how I have found that things end up working out for me in the end. It's all subject to change based on this, like, character as well, though. Depending on, like, what the character looks like. So for, like, this character, I wouldn't use the same saturated coloring style as I would for, like, the other characters that I have shown in examples and such. So it's just a case-by-case basis. Darn it, bird, why won't you work for me? I think what I'm gonna want to do for just getting the bird head shape down is this. I lie, I don't want to do that, but let's see if it works or not. Cat, no! Nexus! Nexus! Down! Down! It's getting late for me too, but I'm gonna keep going. It's around like 10. Almost 11. Where I have my clock available. I'm glad you were able to come by and see me. Feel free to check out the stream I did on the 23rd. That has way more features showing off for my model. That's when I officially, quote-unquote, debuted it. I did really put a lot of effort into the vibe of debuting. Oh, it's almost 2 a.m. for you. Oh, go to bed, man. I'm gonna keep going until I feel like I can't anymore, or I get yelled at by who I live with. Go to bed. You can rewatch the stream at a later date. It will still be up. I don't take down streams. I've gotta fix the thumbnail though. That's one thing I gotta fix, is so it has the, I gotta redo my thumbnails too. Me when I say I'm going to bed early and then I read fan fiction in my bed until 4 a.m. on a work day. It's happened so many times. Alright, so this bird. You know, normally when I stream, when I draw, I listen to, like, videos. But because I'm streaming, I can't play those videos lest it show up, like, either on my end, like, through my mic. Yeah, I have, like, 53 AO3 tabs open right now. We will not admit what they are for, or how they got there, or how long some of them have been open. I think the longest open one I opened like 2 years ago. We're just not gonna talk about it. They're open, and they're staying there. They're mine. This stupid bird. I bring back the symmetrical ruler. The symmetrical ruler. It will save me. It will save me. Yeah. The AO3. I'm so glad I'm not a fanfic author. The AO3 curse would be having like a heyday with me, man. You know, sometimes I'll, like, open my phone and it'll open to, like, the wrong tab. So I'm like, alright, which out of the 53 tabs was I supposed to be on? And which one did you spawn me on, phone? Anyway, I have a good night. Rest. I don't know when I shall stream again, or else I'd tell you. I'm hoping to get on a more regular schedule, but every time I say that, it doesn't work out. Good night. I'm keeping going. That's not what I want this bird to look like. Darn you, bird! We're gonna shave off the sideburns here, and then we're going to start the sideburns from scratch. Working with the symmetry tool with this pen is like a disaster. That's the basic head shape. Basic head shape. And then oh, don't worry. When it comes to Artfight, anything that you draw will be loved by the person who gets it, unless they're like weirdly stuck up. Don't take those personally. There's always somebody there to try to ruin the fun. I believe in your art. I believe. Be live. I mean, like, I'm having a cursed relationship with this bird right now, so. Because instead of, like, drawing them from an easy-to-draw bird angle, I drew them from this angle of bird. Like a fool. A fool. We all make decisions, and unfortunately I think this may have been a bad decision. I got too excited about the bird and forgot I don't know how to draw birds. Okay. We're getting there, bird. We're getting the bird done. We're getting the bird there. It's to a point where the bird looks like a bird. It's bird shaped. It's bird looking. It's bird. It's a bird. Birds from the front look so cursed. Why did I do this to myself and others? Why did I do this to myself? Bird. I have this playlist on shuffle. I hope it, like, when it loops, it doesn't shuffle in the same way. That would be embarrassing. Imagine, like, being this, like, oh no, I heard the song the same time after this song about an hour ago. Alright. I hope this person isn't too offended by my really bad bird drawing skills. I'll feel really bad about it if they are. It's like when I drew some Sonic and I was like, please, forgive me. I can't draw a background Sonic OC person. I liked their Sonic OC though. It was very cool. I guess if I don't get all these done tomorrow, I mean today, I'll try to do more of them tomorrow before. It's hard to figure out Artfight time zone differences. Like that's always a thing that I've had problems with Artfight, is that they're all like, I think, which time zone is Artfight in? It's like Eastern, and I am on the opposite end of time zone spectrum. So it's like trying to figure out when it ends for the East. And I'm just like, I don't know when anything happens. Cozy. The brush I use is like a odd shape. It's like an oval, so it doesn't show up the same on over the course of like a symmetry tool. So it's always hard to like erase things properly to get them to look like how they should when it comes to just using the symmetry tool. Even though I do like using it, it's a good tool. It's good. I do say I use it a lot as like a crutch, though. I need to stop using it so much as a crutch, but do I? Either I'll get yelled at or I'll just shut my door. It depends. How warm is it outside? Can I open my window? My window to the outside world? Alright. Delete. I want to delete the symmetry tool so it stops showing up when I don't want it. I want to have a few things like this. To show feather, like where feathers should seemingly end up being. Make it slightly look like a smile. My tracking may be messed up as I lean in. Bird. Got so excited about the bird that I forgot I didn't know how to draw birds. Let's go, bird. I'm using the correct eraser. Yes, I am. Indeed, using the correct eraser. Ah, man, when I went to the hair... not stylist, I went to get my hair cut the other day, and I currently have my hair dyed. I dyed it like 2 months ago now. So when I went in, the one of the hair stylist people was very surprised at how long ago my hair had technically like stayed colored, cause like it's faded. I mean, it's been since I got my hair dyed on May 16th, so it's been a good while. But he was just so surprised that it had stayed, like it had faded to such like a vibrant orange, because I dyed part of it red, and where it was red, it is now an orange. But it looks kind of like it was dyed the orange. Like it was intentional. And I told him that, like, what day I had my hair dyed, and he just looked at me and said, like, something along the lines of, "Shut up, no." It was just comedic. Funny. At least funny to me. Because, I mean, you don't normally expect that kind of response, where it's like, yeah, no, I dyed my hair like 3 months ago. It's orange now. Because, like, I remember when it was red. Let's go, bird. Work for me, please, or I'll cry. Oh, thank God. That's not on the same layer, which means I can mess around with it. Yeah. Hooray. Oh, that's part of that now. Okay, let's just merge it all together. And then we can deal with my mistakes. All is one unit. God, I don't know if this has any bearing on anybody else but me, but I have been... Oh, this is not centered. Why is this angering me? Change canvas size. Change it so that it is more centered. I have been following this person on Tumblr, and they have made some of the craziest but greatest Transformers AUs I have ever, like, had the pleasure of looking at. They are just great. I love them. Merge the layer, Kronk. Ah, man, I did merge my line art onto my sketch once, and then I didn't notice for the longest time, and I was like, I'm going to die. Every time I say that, I have to, like, say it. If you've ever seen Indiana Jones, in the Temple of Doom, one of the things that happens is, like, they're in the spike trap. So the spikes are, like, coming down on top of them, and the only one that can stop the spike trap is Willie Scott, and she hates bugs, and there's bugs in the hole that has the lever to, like, stop the spike trap from falling down on top of them. And so Willie's, like, freaking out over the bugs. There's a reason why her character was not enjoyed when that movie came out. I guess, like, I never knew this, but that movie apparently was just not enjoyed in general when it came out, and I, as a child, didn't know that. I was like, this is great, I love this movie. And so when the spike trap is coming down, she's like freaking out and, like, having, like, a fit. And Indiana Jones, in this way, he says it in this way, he says, "We are going to die." And you can't see the way my mouth, like, articulates that with a model, but you know exactly how he says it. And, like, I just can't say those words in that order without saying it the same way as Indiana Jones. I'm just like, we are going to die. and it's hilarious every time. The joke never gets old. Never. Never, ever. And people thought that Indiana Jones was bad, and then, the one with the aliens and the Russians came out, and everybody was like, we take it back. It was great. It was great back in the day. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not, like, harping on her for not wanting to touch the bugs. I just think it's real funny the way that they said it. I'm just like, hee hee hee. They said it in a funny manner. You know, when it came out, it was like the worst rated out of all the Indiana Jones movies. And like, I didn't know this until like I watched a video, like a video essay thing, and somebody was like, yeah, no, when it came out, people didn't like this movie. And I'm sitting here just like, people didn't like this movie? I like grew up with, like, and then Temple of the Forbidden Skull or whatever, the Crystal Skull, like came out and everyone was like, we judged you too harshly. It's like what happened with Star Wars, when it's like everybody hated the prequels, except for the people who grew up with the prequels. And, like everybody was like, we don't like the prequels, and then the Disney sequels came out and everybody was like, perhaps we judged you too harshly. And they're just like, we forgive you. We forgive you, prequels. Bird. Yep. This is Artfight 33, 32. One of the I've gotten up to 30 some odd attacks this year. This is attack number 30 something. 30 something. I don't think I've attacked anybody that wasn't on my hit list this year that wasn't, like, I've spent a lot of time doing revenges and not actually attacking new people this year. I will say I like the prequels a lot more than I like any other era, and this might get me lynched by the Star Wars fans. I do not care for the era of the originals. I don't care for the Rebellion. I don't care about them that much. It's just like the world building, I just feel like, I think it was just a product of the time, and the way, like the world building, I don't know what it is. It's, I just don't like it as much. Which is, like, I understand that the only way that the rest of them can exist, my beloved Clone Wars era can exist, is because the originals did so well. And I love the originals for that. I just don't care about the era that they exist in. The Rebellion era. It just doesn't breed interesting stories to me. I think the most interesting story to come out of that was the Mandalorian, and then he got introduced to too many characters that he, like, were from other eras, and I'm just like, he should have been his own separate thing, should not have met all these people. He should have just been some idiot space doofus running around with his baby. Because he was like a himbo man. I was like, no. They've taken him. They've added him to the wider Star Wars canon. So that's just like my weird takes, yeah. I like the prequels though. It has a lot more like diverse stuff. Not character design, but like elements. It has its problems. Cough cough, Anakin turning dark side too fast, cough cough. But I like it more overall. I just have a soft spot for the clones. For the Clone Wars era. Partially because I grew up with the TV show. I love the TV show. One thing I will say is that I can't believe they made, like, I think it was in, like, one of the episodes that we had, they, like, was made into, like, the DVD, like, pilot movie, was the one where, like, Ahsoka and Anakin have to, like, rescue Jabba the Hutt's baby. She, like, calls him Stinky. It's real weird. So I can't believe they sent Anakin, little slave boy, off to save Jabba the Hutt's baby. They were like, oh, we know. Dude, we know that you used to be slave, but, like, you gotta save the Jabba the Hutt baby. He was like, I hate Jabba the Hutt. And they're just like, we don't care. Go save Jabba the Hutt baby. We all just, like, he just looks at him like, no wonder he turned evil. They made him go, like, save his, like, slaver's baby. I should, I just haven't checked out any of the novelizations of any of the movies. I think the best part of the originals is Darth Vader. I had this conversation with somebody, like, the other day that was like, do you think suitless Vader could work? And I was like, no. He needs to be put in the torture cube. Not like it's an actual torture cube, but he needs to, like, he can't be suitless. At least not with, like, the way that maybe it could work, but not with the way that people are, like, actually writing the suitless Vader, where they turn him into, like, a tragic twink. I'm just like, but he's not. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. I like, my Darth Vader needs to have medical malpractice and trauma, okay? He can't be suitless. There's no possible way for that to, like, work in my mind. It doesn't work. Have you, we had the, Revenge of the Sith at the theater that I work. We had the re-release for, like, the 20th anniversary, and it was great. I think I'm in, like, charge of, like, naming and, like, uploading all the files and all the trailers and everything, so I got to, like, pick what the thing was, like, called in our system. And if you haven't seen Star Wars The Third Gathers Backstroke of the West, I implore you. They took it down off of YouTube ages ago. I don't know where you can find the full thing anymore, but I love Star Wars The Backstroke of the West. Hi, Cyber. But you know, Star Wars Backstroke of the West Third Gathers is hilarious. I love that stupid thing. It's so stupid. I got to, like, work because I work at a theater, I just got to, like, name the actual movie file Backstroke of the West, and it was great. Nobody else but me got it. I think one of the funniest clips from that, like, reading of the movie is pregnancy? No, not pregnancy. It's, we are for the big Allah gold. No, it's, I must leave the country. And it's because the Yoda impression is really, really bad, but it's really, really funny. We are for the big. I like... Ah, do you hear of the tragedy that reached the man, or something like that? It's hilarious. None of it makes, like, any sense. It's all really... It's comedy gold. Cubes. Cube I shine. Here for cubes. Alright, let's see... Alright, don't worry. This is normal. That is not what I wanted to do. And do you know it, computer? Alright. Alright, we're reaching the end of this drawing. Probably. Yeah. Let me... It's someone's, like, D&D OC. Let me look. It's a she. She's, a rogue, I think. Let me look. Oh, what are you, girly pop? It is a rogue. I'm having a great time doing Artfight this year. We're having a great time. We just be chillin'. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put this somewhere. Here will work. Make it less apparent. Save it. Not saving. Export it as a PNG. Oh, this is Artfight number 33. Alright, forgive me whenever I have to, like, name these files. It activates one of my eye toggles. Alright, let us... Big. Alright, let's attack the bird. Bird. Head bust. Clean colors. Not sketched. Not shaded. No background. Grab the bird. Submit the bird. I don't know what you're saying, LMAO2. It could be any of those words that I just said, because I forgot all of them as soon as I said them. We're just not going to talk about words that I say out loud. Because I just do be saying things. I be saying things a lot. I do be saying. Oh, it was the eye toggle? The crying eye toggle? Yeah, when I hit 3, I started crying because all of my eye toggles are, like, programmed to my number keys. So, yeah. I just, whenever I have to, like, name something, I just have to like, go through the, the knowing of, going through my toggles. Like, my mad, if I press the number 1. Or my, if I press the number 2. This is number 4. Yeah. I love my model. I love its toggles and everything that comes with it. It's perfect in my eyes. It's perfect. I also have, fluff. I don't use it all that much, but it's fluff. It covers up the wings though, so that's why I take it off. Thinking about doing this guy. This guy seems cool. Why did I not close this? File new. Come here. No, not file from clipboard. Do not save that. File new. New. I said new. New, I say. A new file, I say. This I think is a Dutch Angel Dragon, and they did my Dutch Angel Dragon, so might as well do theirs. I love doing Dutchies. They're so fun. They're so cute. They're like weird fluffy dragons. Ooh, I will. Don't worry, the last time somebody attacked me, I got it was on stream. It was the first character I was drawing, the human looking person. That was for an attack that I got on the 23rd, and that was somebody that came to stream. I was having a ton of fun. Alright, they have horns that are here, here, and here, basically. And then they have this. Whatever that ends up being. You know, I think... Let me see if I have my old model art in with my character on... Where is she? Here she is. Art that maybe people haven't seen before. Do I have? I do have my old model art. There's my old model art in there. My old model art. Non-rigged, but with the old design back before I decided I would have robot boots. I mean robot legs instead of boots, so we had the boots. I think I've gotten rid of the belts. I think I still have the belts. Let me look at my reference. I got rid of the belts. Belts no longer exist. I mean, they could if you try hard enough. I think the funnest thing about this model is that it started off as a one-off sketch that looked like this. And we can see where this all came from. We got rid of the duo arms. We decided not to go with these types of pants. We kept a lot of the same colors. Hair looks different, slightly. I mean... And it's not robotic. And then we moved to this. Still not robotic. With my whole design instead. A lot of this happens to be my old design, including all of like my thumbnails and everything, so I need to like redo those. I need to redo my offline and just starting. Here's me bald. I guess here's me as a squishmallow. But yeah. I do indeed have art of me before my new design happened. And I got cool. I also have all these like PNG sprites that I never used. They were like for... I did like a movie reaction with a friend, and I drew reaction sprites for them and for me. And then, so we just had like reaction sprites. But it's for like my old design. So they aren't canon anymore. RIP. Never got used and already not canon. They've been forgotten. They've been forgotten. To the depths already. Is this a man or a female? Or are they them? What are you? She. Alright. Which means... no big difference. It's just gender. Oh, you posted it. Okay. Let me go look. Let me go look. We're gonna go look. Alright. Alright. Which one? Alright. I gotta find you real quick. You're not... What's your user is sleep it off. Okay, give me a second. Let me go find you. Search users. I don't want to look at feet, man. Oh, wow. It's good. I just don't want to look at feet. This is a kid. Oh, it's this guy. I like the colors. Colors. Well, I hope you keep going at Artfight. Now that, you know what, that you know how to, like, upload things. I think I'm gonna... I don't know if I am. It just depends on how late this one ends up running for me. So I could do another one after this one, or I could stop. It just depends. It also... yeah, it just depends on how long this one takes me. Normally I wouldn't draw wings like this, but this is how they have that stylized, and I think it's cute, so I'm doing it. If I don't end up doing it tonight, I may end up streaming again tomorrow. But it's just a toss-up. It's just if I feel like it. I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow, which is... yes, that's how a hand should slightly exist. Or an attempt is made at a hand existing. Do they have claws? Doesn't seem like they're ever drawn with claws. Let's not draw claws then. No claws. No claws for me. No claws for me. Sad, sad hours. No claws. One thing I always notice is that normally when somebody can draw anthropomorphic characters, they can't draw robots. Or when they can draw robots, they can't draw anthros. And I think it's funny because I'm like one of the weird ones who figured out how to draw both. That's not to say other people also can't. It's just I've noticed that normally when people can draw one, they can't draw the other. Which I think is just kind of funny. The sketch didn't take me all that long. I had a lot of fun. Now the line art may be a different story. It may be a doozy. My YouTube name, my Artfight name is just, let me pull it up. It only has the draw on it, so it's error44_draw. It doesn't have draw not found, it's just draw. So that's the difference. It's like my Twitter, where my Twitter is slightly different than all the rest of them. I do try to keep with the same username everywhere, but I guess for Artfight I had just changed it to draw when I changed it off of the thing, and that used up my one name change, so. Because when I joined in like 2017, but I didn't participate until 2021. So I had it set as what I was going by in like 2017. And then didn't change it until ages. Just ages passed. If you want to know something really interesting about my username, I'll let you know, but not unless you want to know. So the lore of my username. And yep, Theodora. I have a I went into some depth last stream, but I'm totally good with yapping about the same topics over and over, because my brain is like a record on repeat. Let me do the username lore first. So in middle school, when I was first online, Undertale was really popular. So, and I had a favorite AU. I wonder if you can guess it, because part of it is still in my name. I really liked Error Sans. So, I went online as like Error Sans for life, I think was like one of them. I like changed up a few times, but it was all along the lines of like Error Sans is life, that sort of thing. All along those lines. And then when I was getting out of Undertale, I was like, I still really like Error Sans, and I have been going by this name for so long that I can't like completely get rid of it. So when it came time to change my name, I was like, I'm a drawing account. I should let me make like a drawing joke. But I want it to like contain like this error, because she's still my favorite and I still really like it. So I made an error 404 joke, and I was like, haha, because it's a system error to show that something doesn't exist, and because I'm a drawing account, it'll be really funny because that's all that I post. And thus, error 404 draw not found. my name became. And then when I became a VTuber, years and years later, I was like, I do not want to have to come up with another username. So instead of like separating my accounts and all that have been going for years now and my VTuber accounts, I was just like, I'm just keeping the same name. I'm just keeping it. It's mine. I lived by this name for years. It's mine. It's my name. So, you know, I just haven't changed. I haven't changed the name. The name has stuck. I have kept it. It's mine. And then for Theodora, she doesn't have a whole lot of in-depth lore, but I made her to, like, ship with Roxanne Wolf because I thought it was cool. Because I like Roxanne Wolf a lot. She's my favorite. I like Roxanne Wolf. So, I was like, eh. And then I gave her, like, a tiny bit of lore. It's like, oh, she works at this part of the Pizzaplex and all this stuff. As, like, just to, like, make it work in universe. It's like she works in, like, the West Arcade as in a karaoke sing-along attraction. And can be brought on the main stage if the main gang breaks. Or if they need backup singers. You know, because I'm, like, an original Five Nights at Freddy's kid. I was alive when I was a fan when Vincent was the popular name for William Afton before he got his actual name. His name was Vincent, and he liked toast. If you remember that, you're an OG. I remember before the third game came out. It was nuts. My brother and I would play it on the Kindle Fire. That and the singing game. Back when they were like, we would get them when they were like free. Which was like not very often, so we had to like wait around. Then we would like play them at the like the Boys and Girls Club. So it was just like, that was not on purpose. I was adjusting something on my mic and I accidentally touched it with my thing. Yeah, no, I was like, how old was I? I was in middle school. How old would I have been? I was like middle school age, 5th grade age, around then. I was around then. Around that age to be in those grades at the time. So, like, I remember the days before Sister Location, I remember the days before, definitely before Steel Wool, and I remember the days before any real concrete lore. Yeah, I was, like, around that. That era of FNAF was nuts. And I will tell you, I do not care about the Mimic. I think it kind of weakens the original lore to bring in this, like, third guy. But, like, I'm not gonna, like, be mad at people who like it. But I am of the opinion that the Mimic sucks. And I do not like the Mimic. I was like, the Mimic! I do not care about the Mimic! My opinion on the Mimic and the storyline around the Mimic, spoilers, kind of, is that I think it weakens not agency, but the responsibility that William had over the like outcome of Five Nights at Freddy's, like the franchise of Fredbear's and Fredbear's Family Done. I think it weakens like his like it makes it so that he can, like, in my eyes, it makes it so he can, like, pass off the blame a little. And I'm just like, but no, it was entirely his fault. But no, now it's some other guy designed some of them, and he was involved, and then he also had this family tragedy. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like that scene in Incredibles where it's like, math is math. You can't change it. Except it's about FNAF. And I was like 12 when the first game came out. Oh man, go to bed. Yeah, go to bed. Have a nice rest of your night. I may or may not be back tomorrow for another stream. But I do hope you have a good night's rest. Please go to sleep. Don't be like me. My kitties, both my kitties say goodnight to you as well. Only one of them's in here right now, but they're saying goodnight. Shit, how do I draw? Me to myself, how do I draw? Say it's the only thing I know how to do, and then I mess it up. It was nice talking to ya. You can ask, it does not guarantee. I may or may not. I'm trying to get through Revenges before I do anything else, so it just depends on if I, you know, don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes I get attacks and then I don't revenge them. Just because, like, not because I don't like the recipe, it just doesn't inspire me to draw. And it's not a bad thing. It's just not what I was looking for at the moment to, like, get my creative juices going. That sort of thing. So it may or may not happen. Screw it, I'm drawing claws. I like claws too much. I like claws too much. But yeah. When is the next art fight? It's going to be next July. It only happens once a year on July. The month of July. Which is crazy that I've done it 5 times now. It does have an off-season event sometimes, but I don't remember when those are. But yeah, July. I do hope you have a nice rest of your art fight, and I hope you have a nice rest tonight. Bye-bye! It was nice chatting with ya. Thank you for tuning in. Whoopee. Whoopingus. Whoopingus. Well, at least I was talking for most of my stream if I end up ending it after this drawing. It's a miracle. Oh, my model's freaking out. I was at too much of an angle. That's on me. I keep doing that instead of zooming in and out. Or I keep doing the opposite of what I want each time. Alright, time for colors, baby. Copy image. Leaned too far forward. Freaked my model out. Okay, this is purple, purple, purple. To do that, not what I ended up doing. Hee 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 hee. Oh, the egg whites. Sounds like vegan. God darn it, amazing digital circus in my brain. Bing bing bam. Alright, now let's add some jelly effect on this, kind of. Just a slight jelly. Bing bing bam bing bing bam bing bam bing bing. Now come back. I want you here, buddy. Yeah, let's try to draw some expressive dinosaurs. I do believe in you. I believe. Sorry, if you were here for that entire, like, silent segment, I didn't mean to go quiet. I forgot to speak. I do believe in you. Remember, you can always look up what other people have done to see how they try to make dinosaurs look expressive. You're not alone. As an artist, you are not alone. I believe in you. You're gonna do great. We all gotta start somewhere. You don't think I started off drawing anthros like this, did I? Did you? No, we all gotta start somewhere. Sometimes that somewhere is dinosaurs. Not to say they're the same thing. Oh no! That's not good. I hope they're okay. I do hope they are okay. If I end up ending the stream feel free to go back to when you initially asked. I'm pretty sure soon after that, I gave my initial attempts at advice. So you can go back and like watch what I was like explaining, or like listen to any of my advice. But you don't have to. I'm not gonna force you to listen. Alright, what shade color is this? That is too dark. I did not want that. Man, at least you're saving lives. I'm out here drawing. Drawing stuff. And, I work at a theater. I'm not saving lives. I'm not cool like that. I'm not chill like that. I'm a very non-essential worker. Come on, claws, work for me. My bones are not happy to have been sat like this. But it is good. Oh, well. I wish I could call cops on stupid people. You would not believe how many stupid people I encounter on a daily basis working as someone at a theater. It is ridiculous. How many times, like, you know how every single theater has like a, it's like, please don't use your phone in the theater. If you feel they can silence it. If you feel the need that you need to use your phone, please exit the theater. It's for the enjoyment of everybody. You would not believe how many people are like, that does not apply to me. I can use my phone whenever and wherever. And I'm just like, sitting here just like, no! Because they don't seem to get that. Like, let's say that this is a theater. Let's use black to color this in. So we've got like the screen is like this, and they don't seem to understand that when I'm supposed to be paying attention to the movie, having like another tiny like white screen in the darkness, it's going to be like, even if it's just like that much, it's still like, what? Like, you freak. Like that's like this is emitting light. So here's like the outlaw, like some chairs at the very front. Like you're seeing like somebody's water bottle, but your phone? Get off of that. Don't use that. Man, we had somebody get like mad at us one day because they came to the theater and then they were using their phone inside, and we were just like, please don't use your phone inside the theater. And they like looked at us and were just like, someone I know is dying. It's like, well, then why'd you come to the movie theater, man? If someone like important to you was like having like a mental, like a medical crisis, not mental, a medical crisis, why come to the movie theater? Why go to the movie theater in that situation? Like, and it's not our fault. Like, every single... Sorry about that. I hit my mic with my pen. Like, every single movie theater in existence has these rules. Oh god, I would not want anybody in my car for, like, an Uber. I think I'd rather die. I'd be like, nope. Nope. Not in my car. Get out. Go away. Let's see what color I want to use for this. I think that. I think I want to do that. You know, people are nuts. I don't know what it is. People are crazy. They're nuts. Insane. Cuckoo crazy. I've gotten into so many arguments, not arguments, like one-sided arguments where they're like yelling at me and I can't yell back because I'm working and I'll get yelled at by like my manager. Not yelled at, but like I'll get a stern talking to about being polite. I literally got, like, we have like an age rule because our building is a little more historic. It was like from the 30s. So we have to like, and because people can't like act mature, we have like an age rule for the building. So when people are like trying to drop off their like 13-year-old child alone, we are like, no, you can't do that. You would not believe how many, I say that, and I like, you can believe, you would not believe how many parents get like mad, like foaming at the mouth upset over the fact that we're not babysitting their child for them. It's like, it's not going to happen. We are not going to babysit your 13-year-old child because you left them at the movie theater. 334? Artfight number 34 this year. So like, I've had like kids, I've had parents. My model was stuck. I've had like kids, I've had parents. I like just get frothing at the mouth mad over the stupidest things. Like me not letting them in because they're too young. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not letting you in. You're like 13. You have to have somebody 18 or older to come in with you. And they look at me and they're like dumbfounded. Sometimes they'll get them trying to like lie to me about their age. And it's really nuts because I have to like check. And they obviously haven't put in enough effort to like figure out a year that fits with the age they're trying to tell me. So they'll like give me a year and I'm just like, you know, not correct, buddy. Go away. It's like, that's not right. You didn't say the magic year. And it's just nuts how many people try to like get away with it. I think what's even more nuts is when we had the Minecraft movie, one of the like things that somebody said to me during the Minecraft movie, not the parent who cussed me out, which happened, but it was like a college age boy and like his friend who is also college age. They like come to my window and they're like, I have to like explain the rules to them for Minecraft because Minecraft had like extra rules because of how crazy it had been. I have to like go and like talk to them and be just like, alright, no filming of any kind, we'll kick you out, no throwing things. And they're just like, people have been doing that? And I'm just like, yes, people have been doing that, don't do that. So they look at me and they're just like, oh, it's so funny though. And I'm just like, it's not funny. And they're just like, well, maybe not here, but in other places it's funny. It's like, no, it's not. It's not funny anywhere, man. It's not funny at all. And they look at me like I'm the crazy one for saying that, like, destroying like a theater or like making it like the employee's problem for like cleaning up this outrageous amount of mess that like shouldn't have happened. Like, it's not funny. And they're just looking at me like dumbfounded, like they can't believe that I would say that, oh no, maybe causing problems for minimum wage employees is not entertainment. And they're sitting there like, huh? Like, huh? You're telling me that it's not funny to throw things as an adult at a child's movie? What? Huh? No, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's never been funny. And then I had the parent with the child who is too young to come without an adult. Like, and he cussed me out for, like, I was like, God, dude, I can't let your kid in. You have to stay with him if you're staying. Can't make any exceptions. And he's like freaking out on me about it. He's like, you yelled at my kid. I want to speak to the manager. I was like, you already spoke to the manager. She came out to, like, tell you. Like, give you his dog to keep? Oh my... to keep the dog? Or to, like, hold? Because if it's a dog, like, dog to keep, it's like, what? I hope he didn't, like, try to, dump his dog elsewhere after that if he tried to, like, give you his dog to keep. Like, if you, like, dumped it on the side of the road. That would not be good. Shock and horror. Shock and horror is what I feel hearing that. Like, I don't care for owning a dog. I like dogs, but I would never own a dog. Like, I would never own my own dog. Dude, you better hope that, like, in his alcoholic state, he didn't, like, do something to his dog. After that, like, good lord, man. I think if I were to ever become inebriated, I'd be more like that viral image of the lady kissing her cat. Like, not kissing her cat. It's like, I came home drunk last night and I was excited to see my cat. I'd be more like that. Man, I bet that was entertaining. Why'd they break up? I'm listening in on this drama for a couple that no longer exists. It no longer exists. They broke up. What is she? Is it a she? Oh, no, it's a him. I'm stupid. That's a male. That's a male character. I think I'm reaching my end of existence for tonight. I think I'm tired. And I'll say that and then, like, I'll go and I'll stay up until, like, 4 AM reading fanfiction, but having headphones on like this really, like, makes my head hurt, and I don't know why. I have them, like, sized correctly. It's just nuts. Oh, she looks like, that... Oh my god, it is light bright. What happened to her triangle? Like the light bright I know and love doesn't look like this. She's a triangle. What happened to my triangle woman? IDW. She's triangular. A triangle, I say. Oh my god. See, if I was ever to do that, it'd be, first off, wouldn't be breaking up in an Uber, and second off, wouldn't be trying to bring the Uber driver into it. They have no involvement. crazy nuts. You know, yeah, no, the only... I've had like a few crazy instances. I'm always like, after I have a bad incident with a customer, I'm always afraid that they'll come after me. Like, they'll wait till like after the movie as I'm like closing up and like wait for me at my work and like jump me. It has never happened. I just have like an irrational fear of it happening. Maybe not irrational. A rational fear that somebody will take it a little too far when I tell them no. Like, whether that be like a teenager who's like 15 and can't come to the movie with their friends who are all like 16, or whether it's like the parent of one of the people I have to be just like, no, you can't leave, like, your child's too young to be left alone here. You have to like stay. Like, we had a lady one for the live action Lilo and Stitch who did not want to stay with the two girls she brought. Like, I had to, like, they came up to my window as I'm selling tickets, and they're just like, we want to buy 2 tickets, and I'm just like, how old are both of you? And they're just like, I'm 14, I'm 15, and I'm just like, you need an adult. So they go and they get the adult. The adult is not happy to be there. She does not seem happy. She does not want to watch this movie with these kids. So, like, we go through, she goes and sits down with the girls, because they came back and they bought tickets. As I'm about to send a text to my manager, who works the concession stand, telling her to watch out for this lady leaving, the lady walks out the door. She leaves. And it's not like in an emergency type sense. She looks at my, apparently when she has the door open, she looks at my window, looks at my manager, and then like looks at my window again, and then walks out. Like, she was making sure that she could like get away. And so I'm like, that lady had kids underage with her. And today I'm talking to my mentor, and it's like, yeah, no, she had kids. So we go and like, we have to like find these 2 teenage girls, and we're just like, all right, so your parent left without saying anything to either of us about like an emergency or having to like go do something like really quick. No, she just like left out the door. So we're just like, alright, so you're going to have to like leave until she comes back. You can't be in here alone without an adult. Like, come back when she comes back. And I say, like, I mention the fact that she leaves without telling us about an emergency or acting like there's an emergency, because in the time it took them to come back, it was the time that it would have taken to contact the mom, and the mom to have had to turn back around in her car and find another parking spot, park, and come back inside. And so she comes in raving mad. It's like, how dare you? Like, I needed to leave because my son had an emergency. It's like, you didn't tell anybody. You didn't leave in an emergency hurry. It's like, you were acting shady as you left. And so she had to stay and watch the rest of the movie, and she was not happy, and I was like, too bad. Too bad, so sad. I got to go home early that day, though, so... not early. I got to go home at my scheduled time that day, so it didn't really matter to me. I was like, sucks. I think I'm gonna start moving towards the end of stream here. So, I hope you have a nice rest of your night. It's getting late for me. So, have a nice rest of your night. Maybe back tomorrow. Have a good time at the hospital. Dealing with... Yeah, no, it's always the worst movies. Minecraft, Crash Out, live action Lilo and Stitch, Crash Out. It's always for the bad ones. It's never the good movies. Because when people come to the good movies, they want to stay. When it comes to the bad movies, they don't want to stay. Well, have a good rest of your night.